And welcome back to Growing with Ray. So I did want to go ahead and show you guys all the process of my seedlings because I haven't showed you guys that in a while. And one thing, like I told you guys, because of where my seed growing area is at, it is way cooler, so crops are not going to be as big as you may see others. It is recommended to try to have them in a warm area, on average about 65 to about 85 degrees. My area is probably lucky to stay in the 50s, maybe 60s. So they still grow, and I used heating mats to help them grow. But you guys, I am about to start up potting all of my seedlings. Hey y'all, before we go ahead and get into the transplanting video, I do want to show you guys what some things are looking like. As you can see, they are germinating pretty nicely. Hey y'all, real quickly, I just want to show you some of the things that I did go ahead and plant in that cocoa core that was multi-sown. As you all are seeing, those are looking really nice, but just a spoiler alert, I did kill that cinnamon basil as well as the colosia. So yeah, but downstairs, that's where I did go ahead and up pot. Y'all saw the video of me up potting the tomatoes. Those nasturtiums are so leggy, but I'm still going to put them outside. Right there is peppers that I do need to transplant. You guys, we got a lot to talk about. Those are what the tomatoes were looking like. Those are the marigolds right there that was already up potted. But you're about to see the tomatoes. That's how they all came up, because they were multi-sown. So they definitely needed their own tray. And in more videos, maybe next week, maybe this week, it just depends on how editing goes, you will see what they're looking like presently today. Hey y'all, I do want to show y'all that I did bring the plants inside because it did get cold. But I also want to show y'all my plant failures that I'm giving up on. And not really just giving up on, it's just they didn't germinate. So these are some plants that I have not been able to up pot just yet. A lot of these are tomatoes or zinnias. This is my gypsophilia. And those poor things, they look like they're about to dry out if I don't go ahead and water them. So tonight I am going to water them. My poor milkweed looks like she definitely needed to come in, because we did get very cold weather tonight. We had rain for over 5 to 6 days in Kentucky. If y'all haven't seen it on the news, we have been extremely flooded, you guys. Definitely praying for people in all of the cities and counties of Kentucky, praying for the family of the little boy that lost his life trying to get to school. But I do want to show you guys things that did not germinate, and that is the Texas early grano. We did another succession of that, and that did not germinate. This is the yellow sweet Spanish onion. Did not germinate, and we planted these on 3/12, March the 12th, you guys. This is the Cracker Jack marigolds, have not germinated yet either. And then what was in here, the lemon balm didn't germinate. For the lemon balm, I'm going to get that soil wet again, just like for the marigolds, and see if we can get those to germinate, put them on a heating mat, see if we'll be able to get them. If not, I do have enough marigolds over here as well that needs to be up potted. The thing is, I do let the soil kind of dry out before we up pot, but that's what we're about to go to next in the video. And it's a lot of work to get done. I did, as you saw, direct sow a lot of things. This is the cinnamon basil, and because so many came up, you guys, and I didn't use all the seeds in a lot of these packages, I am just going to probably do just 16 of them, and the rest of them may just be bye-bye. I don't know if I want to hold on to all of them. Maybe I'll try to sell them. That's what I may try to do, to see if we can get any type of compensation back into the garden. I just have a feeling that I'm about to run out of pots. Things are going to be planted out at different stages this year versus last year because I did up my inventory on a lot of things that I started this year. I did go out of the box with some things. I started a lot of flowers as well this year versus the flowers I grew last year were just flowers. Besides the zinnias, everything else I grew for flower wise was like marigolds and calendula. Everything else was just the zinnias. So those are the only things I grew in flowers. So this year I have a lot more seedlings, you guys. I'm debating on how I'm going to redo the seedling area because I definitely have to redo it for next year so that I will make sure to have enough space. I see everybody has like 2 full tray carts that they put their seedlings on, and I'm working with one and shelf. One whole cart tray shelf and just another shelf. So we're going to see how we're going to make it work this year. I may go ahead and pick up one of those extra carts. I do have the lights, grace to my mother. She gave me some of her lights that she don't use anymore. And we may be able to get that set.
Now, I did mention in a video that I would show you the grow lights I get from Walmart. Now, you guys, I totally forgot to show you guys while we were at Walmart, but this is back by the light bulbs. I think when I got these, they were about $10 or $15. I know for a fact you're not going to pay no $50 for them. I know that. And so that's where the majority of my lights came from. I did start off with a different type of light. Let me show you. This is the original light source I started off with from Amazon. It has a clamp on it. At the time when I first started seeds in my very first year, I did use this lamp. I actually ended up getting, I believe, 3 of them. I only have 1 now, so I guess I gave them to other people that needed them. They do have a blue light, a red light, and then a purple light. And they work for different reasons for the foliage of plants. However, with more searching, it is good to get lights of such. You do want to look at the lumens. That's the biggest thing on here. Now, it doesn't have a high voltage volume on these grow lights, but these are what I use. And I am extremely proud with the results that I get from them. I have extra lights here that I told you guys I would have extra lights of right here from my mother. And then these 2 also that she gifted me. So we are going to turn that rack that I just showed you all into another seed starting tray area. And this shelf is going to go ahead and get cleared. Though it used to have all my growing stuff here, it's going to get cleared because I know I'm clearing another one of these shelves up there. I have different kitchen things. If you all see in my videos, my kitchen is pretty tiny. But I'm going to put all the canned goods over here. I'm going to go get a Sharpie to make sure everything is labeled. Nothing was rubbed off. But you guys, since I'm in the midst of doing this, I did decide, if there's one thing I'm grateful for, it's learning how to water bath can. And this year, you guys, we are going to be learning how to pressure can. I do have a pressure canner. And this pretty baby has just been in the box. I took it out once and got scared. So I'm going to do some more research on it. And you guys, we are going to be pressure canning.
I'm thinking about using the one where I have my cans on right now because I know I can move my cans somewhere else and let them truly be there as their home location. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys, I'm going to be getting this going. I just wanted to check in with you guys real quickly to let you all know what we are doing today. Another thing, though, that I do want to talk to you all about is tracking your inventory as well as doing a quick rough draft map of the garden, you guys. Determining if you're going to do square foot gardening or
if you just have beds dedicated to certain crops. Whichever you choose, I hope that you all are making a plan. I know I draw out my map of my garden and try to make a plan, but I don't stick to my plan, okay? They get planted wherever I feel like they're needing to be planted the day I plant them, if I'm just being completely honest. But I do keep in mind, like my garlic, my onions, my carrots, those are going to be areas for my beds that I do intentionally put those in certain beds for a reason, because I know they're going to be done in a few months and I'm going to need something to go into its place, which is another reason why I am going slower in regards to up-potting things. So I'm up-potting the most necessity things, which are my tomatoes, peppers, because that's my focal area this year. Other than, of course, getting my cucumbers, watermelons, and everything like that out, and squashes, and flowers. But for my basils, herbs, and things like that, I am going slower with up-potting those because they're just going to get stuck in wherever they fit, you know. I have no problem with them doing that, and I'm going to let them go until the frost depletes them. Seriously, because last year I did have a lot of basil. This year there's certain basils I'm starting because they're just pretty. Some of them may go into landscaping, various different reasons. You know, I'm not too familiar with those, but I had the seeds because, you know, when you first become a gardener, well, at least when I first became a gardener, I just started buying everything. I was like, oh, that look cool, this look cool, that look fun, yeah, we eat that, we're gonna do this. Yep, I got that one in the cart too. So I actually want to use these things and put them in the garden and have the time to look them up and research them, and also have something to give away. I know I said it in another video, but you guys, I'm growing for 4 different people this year with my seedlings. So a lot of things I am planning on giving away, just to downsize some. But I want them to have good starts as well, better starts. And actually I said 4, but I just thought I have 1 member from church. I have a good friend. I have my best friend's mother. I have my mother. And then me. So it is 5 of us, actually. So I'm growing for 5 people. I'm starting seedlings, let me say that, for 5 people. And so it's just a lot, you guys. But I'm not complaining. I'm very excited about it. I have a lot of brassicas as well, you guys. I have a lot of brassicas. The same way these basils look is the same way my brassicas that I have sitting outside look. I'm thinking about putting them in the mini trays as well and letting them to continue to grow here, and then up pot them as needed, only because some of them, well, majority of mine are going to go into my green stocks. And the way our summers are with the varieties that we're able to grow here, they can grow into the summer as long as I have an insect netting over them, and I can still get full-blown crops of them the whole season or whenever they're ready to be harvested. And that's fine. Like, they're not technically a spring crop. So that's what I'm doing with my brassicas. That's one thing I have learned, because last year, the earliest I harvested my brassicas was in June and July. And for some of them, they were ready to be harvested, but for others, I just grabbed them at the smaller stage because I wanted to get my spring crops in. And I'm grateful that I have the amount of green stocks that I have. I have 6 in total. 3 of them, the plan is for them to be specifically just for strawberries. And then the other 3 this year, the plan is for them to just be for brassicas. So I'll have 90 slots for brassicas this year. And I'm going to go to green stock and get some insect nettings to put over those and let them grow out. But for everything else, I have 14 raised beds in the back. And the great thing about it with those raised beds, I don't have to worry about any squashes, melons, cucumbers, or pumpkins to be in those beds, because I have extended out the garden for them to grow in the ground. And I'm just going to let them sprawl all over the landscape fabric. I'm not even going to act like I'm not. They're going to be wild over there, but I have no worries about that being wild over there whatsoever. So with 14 garden beds to fill up. And really, I would say 13 because one of them, I'm putting the whole plot of it to be corn. I'm just truly excited. So I hope you guys, this wasn't more of a rambling video, but more of a video for you to think about, making sure to plan out your garden, count your inventory of what you have, to keep that in your records. My visual counting, I am writing it down, but like I told y'all, I started this channel so that it can be a visual journal instead of actual written journal. But with us being said, you guys, I hope you have a great, blessed day. Thank you for watching as always. See you next time. Bye.